We're down in Bloomington. This siding job got finished. I thought I'd do a quick little walk around for everybody just so they could see how this turned out. We haven't done this color before, called the Smoky Slate, but it actually looks pretty good to great, and actually does a really good job of blending in with the what looks to be like a slate colored shingle as well. So we'll turn the camera around and we'll take a look. Alright, so here's the front of the house. We end up getting some LP smooth 4-inch trim to match the color of the windows. And then obviously some same trim to create some corners for the outside corners. You can see how that goes. One thing I'll kind of show everybody out there, so when we do this, we're installing silicone as well, so we get really close here. So there's the silicone for the siding color butting up to the trim around the window. And then you can see the color of the trim silicone as well. So we really sealed things up really well. And then in this particular case, get up close to the soffits. We get that done as well. And then here's a corner. Again, you can see how we get things nice and tightened up. We'll go down here. This is a new gas meter that got put in. You can see how we put a box around there and make sure that looks pretty, if you will. We'll walk around the front again here and go over to the right side. They have a big bay window. We end up doing the window trim on 3 sides. I'll kind of show you here. The hose spigot, again, we create a J-block with a piece. That way it looks pretty as opposed to maybe tacky. Do the same with the lights, the outlets. We also do some flashing around the steps just to make sure water is getting away and not seeping behind. We're going to go over to the right side here now of the house. So they have a chimney, and they didn't want to put trim on the sides of the chimney. Just didn't think it was going to look good. I think it was probably a good call. Where now you can see we put coil bent up there to help keep water away. And we did the same over here as well. You can see that. Mailbox is back on. Again, got some flashing here. Light. Actually turned out really good. I really like this color a lot, actually, compared to so this is part of the if I say this correctly, the collections colors. There's 6 colors. They come in cedar and then smooth. The smooth part would have been this here. You can tell there's no cedar texture to it. Crew did a really good job of doing all this. We ended up putting, as you can see, some trim coil around the deck for flashing purposes, but everything turned out really nice. We just left that board in there because it went up into the soffits and we didn't want to mess with anything, but that all turned out really well. This inside corner turned out great. And again, we pay attention to the detail areas where there's water going in certain spots, flashing. We always put down coil for that. I think this really turned out well. Obviously they have a lot of windows back here, and we had decided going into this job that we didn't want to put any trim in between these windows because it would just take away from the look compared to the front left and right side of the house. So I think this turned out really well without having that trim in between the windows. And we'll kind of go over to the side over here as well. So again here, down here you got some sensitive spots, so we make blocks for those areas so it looks nice. Kind of did some siding colored trim here just to make it look better. Because if you try to put siding here, horizontal, it's not going to look good. So we decided to go with the trim and kind of do the same down there. But again, a lot of windows here. I think it's a good transition. Everything looks great. And again, another thing is we got all the silicone here. So everything's sealed up really nice. We'll go over to the garage. All right, front of the garage. Everything turned out really well there. Again, we got some flashing down there. And again, we decided not to put any trim on the garage other than the corners because we really thought it was going to take away from the look. Nice J-block for the lights. With Johnson Exteriors, we usually will hire, we have an electrician that we use. We usually hire them to come on out and put the outlets and lights back on. But in this case, the homeowner was happy to do it themselves. So the homeowner took care of that stuff instead of getting an electrician involved, which is fine. Well, pulling this pulled a permit for that portion of this project. Still made sure we had the city come on out and inspect everything for that. And this turned out really well also. Again, you can see that turned out. So yeah, overall this turned out great. I know the homeowners are happy. We're happy. And like I said, we've Johnson Exteriors, we've never done this color before. But I think it turned out amazing for what the homeowner wanted. And it's probably the best looking house in the neighborhood, if you ask me. We'll talk to you soon.